Hey guys, so hi, you're welcome to the 21st year, and I have two special, amazing, beautiful, stunning ladies with me today, and we're here to talk about an interesting topic. But before I get to it, let's get to meet them. So tell us about yourself, tell us your name, and a little bit about yourself so we get to know you.
Okay, my name is Oke. I'm 23. What else about me? I like watching movies, and I run a crochet business. Nice. Make cute stuff.
What you're wearing, I love
like
it.
This.
Looks super cool.
Follow me on Instagram.
Great. You should tell us your Instagram handle so that we can follow and stuff.
And plug it at the end.
Yeah, definitely. By the way, I love your hair.
Thank you.
Okay, great. So nice to meet you. Okay. How about you?
I'm Anniedora. I'm the podcast director for The Noisy Streets. And I'm also a social media manager. I have my own podcast as well. Mm-hmm. That's all about me right now.
That's all about you right now. Great. I'm sure that with these introductions, our listeners and viewers are eager to get to know you better and know more about you. Okay. So I was saying that we have this very interesting topic, and I love it so much because it's very controversial, and I hope you're ready, Sha. So our topic today, this episode, is fight or flight. Can a young Nigerian succeed in Nigeria today? I'm sure many of you are on one side of the fence, whether to japa or to stay and fight for the country that you so believe in. And, we've just gone through the whole election period, and people are like at that crossroad. Should I stay? Should I not stay? And what do I do? So we just want to get to know your stories, get to know your Nigerian experience, and get to know what side you're on and where your head is at. Okay? So get started with Anniedora. Just tell us a little about your Nigerian experience and what side of the fence you're on.
I'm on the side of flying. I do not have the energy to fight.
As for you're not even walking away, you're flying.
I'm not ready to fight. I think it's harder to fight when the people it seems like you're fighting for don't even want to be fought for. If you get what I mean. A great deal of people are okay being ignorant of what is happening and the issues that actually hold this country back. So it's like, I might as well... Bye. She
had philosopher to things about you. You're spilling like some deep stuff. So you want to run away.
I don't have the energy.
Problem. Talk to me, Auntie.
Selfishly, for me and my own progress, I want to get out of here as fast as possible. But it doesn't mean that I don't feel attached to my country, and like I do want the best for it, and I will do my best, but I'm not going to extend myself in terms of freedom fighter vibes. Yeah. But I would like, in anywhere I am, and the fact that like this is my home, this is my community, I will do what I can for the people around me, but like nationwide, I'm not, no.
Okay, so I want to ask you a follow-up question to that here. Some people you already started the sentence or the statement with like the word selfish.
Yeah.
So some people will say like, if you're just doing that and you're not like, trying to like spread your wings across like a number of people, then that's like the reason why the country is the way it is now. Like things become hard when you're just working, to support the people around you and not like the entire community or like spreading your light across the nation. So what would you say to that?
So anything I'm doing for myself and for like the people around me, even though it's like selfish for my benefits, it's not ever going to be disadvantageous for anybody else. So I'm never going to step on anybody to do anything for myself. So that's the difference between what I'm doing and like why the country is shit. It's not because people are being selfish. You have to be selfish in life. It's not because people are being selfish, because people are being individualistic in a way that only benefits them, and also they're stepping on people to get to where they want to be. So if Nigeria was even like working a little bit, I would be here. It's because nothing is like every time I go outside, it's like
nothing's working.
Nothing is working. I'm afraid I'm gonna die every time I step out of my house. Like a trailer is going to fall.
We're going to get to that.
Yeah, so like it's that's not
okay. So let me ask both of you two questions. How are you, Anniedora? Okay. Let's even get to know how well you know Nigeria. Let's even start from there. Okay. So how many states in Nigeria have you been to?
Hold on. Right.
Yeah, you can just list them out. I'll count
I've
you.
been to Oyo.
Oyo 1.
Osun State.
2.
I've been to Abuja.
3.
Lagos.
4. Your special Lagos.
What else have I been to? Ogun State.
5.
Abeokuta is in Ogun State.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Ondo State.
You've been to Ondo State?
Yes,
too?
Akure.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Okay,
Actually.
6. Okay. So 6.
I'm sure there's like
1 or 2 extra.
Okay,
You're
no,
very sure.
No, that's
Now, when I ask, have you been to? I don't mean have you passed through.
No.
You've
I've
been
been
there.
yeah.
You like spent more than an hour there.
Yeah.
Spent a night.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, we'll come to that. How about you? Okay, talk to me.
I've been to Delta State,
1,
Edo State,
2,
Lagos. I live in Lagos. I've been to
3,
Abuja.
4.
Where's Idonre Hills?
It's in Ondo State.
I've been to Ondo State.
5.
That's all.
5.
Yeah.
5, 6.
No, I just remembered I've been to Anambra State.
You've been to the Anambra State.
Yeah, that's where I'm from. I forgot.
How did you forget?
But yeah, so
My
6,
God.
7.
Okay. So, since I'm from Ondo State, I want to ask you what your experience was like. Tell me what your experience in Ondo State was like.
Okay. It was on a school trip to Idonre Hills.
Just that.
Yeah. So
How did you experience that, feeling climbing up these very high hills?
it was fun. It was very it wasn't strenuous. It was just more exciting and there was a lot of adrenaline. It was cool. I was with my friends.
Great.
It was nice.
And then you loved climbing up there and you saw it. Was it a beautiful sight when you got to the top?
It was incredible. I must have been 12, so I was very agile. So it wasn't it wasn't problematic at all, but it was cool to see that was crazy. That's the first time I've ever been on a high hill or anything like that.
Nice. Okay. How about you? Just one fun place that you went to, any of these your 6, 7 states?
Well, I did go to Idonre Hills.
Okay,
I
aside
went
Idonre Hills.
later.
You guys stop farming my states.
Sorry.
It's okay, but okay, talk to me.
I went
at 12,
in, I think 200 level with some friends. We did a road trip and went to Idonre Hills.
Oh, fun.
I didn't really, after the second step, I was like, oh, guys.
Okay, so no wonder why you already told us before that you rather not be with somebody who is super fit, but somebody who's athletic.
I'm screaming.
It was really, really nice. It was awesome, especially on the hill when we did get there. But the journey to getting there, the waterfalls too was very, very nice.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
had to take a lot of, you guys, let's rest.
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. So I asked these questions because you've been to 7 states in Nigeria, you've been to 6 states, there are about 5 in Nigeria. So somebody who's looking at this from outside will probably ask why are you ready to leave Nigeria when you've not even seen up to half of Nigeria? You've not experienced half of the culture. You've not gone to half of the states. You've not gone, you've not seen the lifestyle of all these people. It's probably what you've heard on the news and whatnot and what other people have said, but you've not been to Plateau State. You've not been to Katsina State. You've not been to Borno State, places like that, basically.
Yeah.
So are there any experiences that you've had that has probably made you decide to be on your first class flights out of Nigeria, or you saying, you know what, I am not really ready to run, but I'll actually just look out for better opportunities for myself. Have there been any experiences that have made you condition your minds to be on this wavelength?
Okay.
Who wants to go first?
I can go first.
Okay, sure.
I've grown up in Lagos, right? I don't need to see everywhere in the country to know that the experience that I've had is more or less can be transferred to the entire state. And also Nigeria is unique in the sense that fake news is not really that big of an issue, because if you hear things on the news, on the actual channels news about what is happening somewhere else, 9 times out of 10, it's exactly correct.
What's going on?
So I've heard everything. I don't need to go there to experience it. I don't need to see. I don't need to be in Kano where they are killing people.
Yeah, where they're...
I don't need to go there to see for myself. I don't need to go to Enugu with the sit at home order and all of those things. We all know what's going on. So, I think that's enough of a reason to
say,
to make whatever decisions you want out of that. You have all the information, really and truly.
Okay. So let me ask you, Anniedora. So tell me about schooling here in Nigeria, education, because I mean, like, most of our listeners and, viewers are young people. Some of them are in school. Some of them are about to get into school. Some of them have just left school, so these are like, common grounds with us. So tell us where you schooled, how it was like, some experiences you had, good, bad. Just let me know.
I schooled in University of Ibadan.
Interesting.
And it was...
You didn't add Oyo to the list of places that you've gone.
I did. It was the first place I mentioned.
Sorry, Wahala. Don't be angry. No vex.
It was pretty amazing. I was in theater arts.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, it's cool, but it's stressful.
Sorry to interrupt you. I heard one story about your school, Sha. Because you see, this is why I like Nigeria. There's so many stories. Basically, I heard this story about this guy whose name was Daniel, and he went into the lion's den in your school and said that God sent him there to shut the mouth of the lion. And then he entered and died.
Fake news.
Fake news?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wait, what lion's den?
We have a zoo.
Oh, okay.
If that happened, then, yeah, definitely. Those lions, they look
hungry.
Yeah, very.
Yeah.
But I didn't hear that.
Yeah, no problem.
Ever.
Okay,
first time.
So back to what you were saying then.
Yeah.
Good to know it was fake news. I can't believe I believed that for like 16 years of my life. Wow.
Dang.
Wow.
School was really fun. Especially because I didn't really have too many responsibilities. I wasn't thinking of my school fees. My parents were looking after me for that angle. I was only concerned about like making friends, having a good time, being in school, having good grades. I think by like 300, I was done with being in, what phase would I even call that? I was done being like the party person or the person who was going out. So 300 level, I just got very serious and was able to graduate with a good...
Girl, that part of my lifestyle in 300 level and it hasn't stopped. Party every night. So I'm wondering, wow, you're a very responsible lady. I'm so proud of you. Well done.
Since I've already like...
Child.
If fight happens, you should just...
Yeah, no, talk to me.
I was talking to you.
Oh, I made an enemy on the show. But still guys are we're together.
For now.
Wow.
So straight.
Women stick together. So...
Wow.
But school was pretty fun. Although there were, Nigerian school, we went on strike every year. It got to a point where we already knew, like, if we're about to start tests or exams, we'll just know, let there
2
be
weeks.
strike.
Yes, let there be strike and then we strike.
And then there will be strike. And then we forget, like, you're supposed to read, but then weeks,
Not you're praying for strike.
Okay.
That's crazy.
You know why? Because whenever we would go on a strike, it will become, when we have all those indefinite strikes, then we resume and UI tries to quicken everything. So it's like 2 weeks for you to get all your shit together and the
get
exam.
back on track
so
and then exam. So,
yeah.
I mean, wow.
A lot of times when you hear
strike must have lasted like 3 months
strike,
and then you didn't
you're
study,
already thinking,
guys.
please let them call it.
Oh my God.
But other than that, it was pretty awesome for me.
Nice. So, strike perspective. Let's hear from you because I know so many people are on your table and many people are praying now that they don't strike because those rumors all over again. So, talk to me.
So I went to school in University of Birmingham.
Gigi.
And
UB.
Yeah. I mean, it was fun. It was nice. I was abroad alone. I mean, it was okay. I'm very quiet and very shy, so I didn't really like get into like student life, if you know what I mean. Like I didn't like.
I don't know what you mean.
I didn't go out. I didn't go clubbing. I did like once or twice, but I realized it wasn't really my scene. I was more like into just other things that, I liked, just hanging out with friends, doing like things with my friends. More intimate gatherings, going to the museums, just like random events that was happening.
I still have an issue with like going to like a box and then with dim lights, lots of smoke, very, very, very loud music and lights that just make me dizzy.
It's like, it wasn't even about the like music it was more like the people there, like everybody there is there for like clubbing and everybody is probably intoxicated or on some other thing. And I just don't enjoy the vibe. I don't enjoy being around other, because I also wasn't drinking at the time. I know that I drink that much, but I wasn't drinking. I'd never,
disclaimer, don't worry.
I was quite young. So I was like 16, 17 when I first started. So I couldn't even drink in the first place. So, so it just wasn't my scene. I've never been around drunk people before. So it was my first time around. I was like, this is scary. I want to go home. Yeah. So I didn't do that much. I just like, I just did things around the city, like the wider Birmingham city, because it's really like.
So how was that environment for you? Like in learning?
Learning was great. Like school was fun because like everything you need is there. You don't even really need to go to class, honestly, because you can do everything online, but you need to go to class for your like attendance and stuff.
Let me ask you a small question.
Yeah.
Let me just draw a comparison here. How did you run your attendance in school? How did you run your attendance in school? So you go first.
Okay. Lectures were not compulsory, so you don't sign attendance in lectures, but you have like these things called seminars, which are smaller groups where you actually like have work to do. You discuss, you do the reading beforehand and you answer questions. So those are compulsory and you must sign attendance. So that's actually how your attendance is calculated, from seminars and not lectures.
Great.
So you must go for seminars.
Fantastic. How did you sign that?
What do they call all those class captains? I don't know who
Class rep,
class rep.
Or class governor.
Sometimes the lecturer will not be on ground. It's like, fine, you guys chill, relax. Everybody, you came to class today. But no, that was when they will decide that, if you piss this one off, you're not in class today.
Damn.
So attendance was basically either on, if the lecturers did come to class, and that was how they have set up their own classes, that, okay, you have to write down your names for them to be there. Or if they had to send a course rep. And if your course rep is someone that's Chris, sometimes you're able to have your name, but most times, if your course rep has Chris, and then maybe because I did not used to have the energy to like be friendly with people that I didn't feel I needed to be friendly with. So I had some courses that I would be absent, even though we were around the environs. Like normally if you're around the environs, that's like a presence. As far as I'm concerned, even if the lecturer is not around, that should be a present.
Wait, so what I'm trying to drive at is this. Okay, were your lecturers allowed to miss class? Did you ever how many years did you spend in school, by the
way? 3 years undergrad, and then I did a foundation year.
Great, so 4 years. Let's say 3 years in uni, 4 years. So basically, what course did you study?
Law.
Great, fantastic. What did you study in UI?
Theatre arts.
Theatre arts. How many years did you spend in university?
2020 was an extra year. Then because we had strike every year, I did 5 years for a 4-year course. Maybe even more than 5. I think 5 years and some extra months. Because of COVID, yeah. And the strikes. So, yeah.
Okay. So, if you could advise someone, before I ask you this question, have you ever schooled in Nigeria?
Law school.
Oh, you did law school here in Nigeria?
Yeah.
How was that for you? Compared to your days in
Jeez, ridiculous experience. I can't even believe that institutions run like that.
What was ridiculous about it?
First of all, registration took we were in class, we were in an auditorium, but that was even the least of the experience. First of all, registration is the most tedious thing in the whole wide world. It took me 1 whole week to register, which is so stupid. We're all lining up for 500 years. They'll give us numbers, and then when the people are tired, people that are supposed to register us, when they're tired, they'll go. Then the next day, we have to form new lines with new numbers. And so if you were let's say they stopped at number 50 and you're number 51.
You have to start again. And then
if you don't get there as number 51, forget about it. You're number 1000.
You're very upset, too.
I said I registered for 1 week straight, and I was also ill. And nobody gave a damn about me. Nobody gave a damn. I was coming there every single day, fighting for my life just to get registered. And the process is so dumb, so stupid. There's 1 million checkpoints and they're doing the same thing.
Okay.
And things that don't even make sense.
Let me cut you here because, First of all, this is a very interesting conversation. I'm seeing you guys pour out your hearts about like things, and it looks like the common ground of this pain is Nigeria.
That's the common ground.
Because when you talk about Birmingham, you're like, you're very happy. It was nice.
Made me feel great.
You see, you still saying it made you feel great, and now speaking Nigeria is already like triggering you. Already obsessed.
I'm triggered.
Your eyes are turning red.
I'm ready to fight if I see any CLE official here.
Wait.
So
because I can relate. There was something that happened to me in law school. Let me just chip this in. It was when we had to submit body of benches form, and it was the worst day of my life. You gave us
I don't want to. Do you know that I'm traumatized?
You gave us a form to fill, and you made me queue up for 4 hours to submit that form.
It's the day we were collecting the form that actually pisses me off the most. When we had to enter that man's office and he was giving us that stupid damn speech.
Put up your phone. If you don't submit it, you will take a flight to Abuja. Calm down. What's your problem?
No.
What's your problem?
My blood pressure is right.
I love how we're on this part because now I want to ask you another question. We've spoken about education for a while. And I mean, like I said, it's a common ground. But another common ground for many of us currently is politics, is governance, leadership in Nigeria. And we've just come out of what some people call the best election we've ever had in Nigeria.
Some people.
As how?
Those people they deserve a word in Yaba left, but no problem. We'll get to that. So it's very evident that these elections were very, very frustrating. They were very tiring. They were very exhausting. They were confusing.
Problematic.
I've never seen mutilation of records before like I saw it. Where like on INEC sheets, there's like Tipex and Maka and red barrel and green barrel and black.
They don't even care about us.
But it's very interesting. So yeah, you spoke about a particular CLE, Council of Legal Education officer who you didn't like.
Yeah.
And who was literally like just overdoing stuff
really
and,
just overdoing.
He has more power and he's, using that against us. So let me just ask you, let's relate it back to, so we can just round up the conversation, education and like flow on to other things like business, career, because it's a long, long thing.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about like our leaders or politics in Nigeria, governance? And when I say leaders, politics, like it's a wide scope, like even from church or mosque or, like everywhere, like somebody has a leverage over you. Like, what's it like in Nigeria?
I think for a lot of times that I've been witnessing it or even experienced it, I don't believe that a lot of our leaders understand that being a leader means you have to be of servitude. I don't think they see it as...
Sure?
They don't know that.
You're supposed to serve the people that you are leading.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Sure.
Isn't that like one of the, what do I call it? Like a strong pillar of you being a leader is that you're able to even understand that, okay, this is what the people that you're leading, they
because I don't think these guys understand now when they like get in and they have like 16 car convoys and
then you're like,
everybody
should bow down to you, yada yada. It's like, come on, guy. That's
Great.
not what you're there for.
So I want to come to you and I want you to like put this side by side with like your time in the UK and how you felt the leadership work there. Are there any similarities and are there any like serious differences? Because like some people want to fly over there. Like she said, she's a fan of flying. She even said she wants to like, she said she wants to fly there. So like, let her know like what to expect if she's going to the UK or, abroad.
I mean, everywhere has its own like idiosyncrasies. Everything is like things are different there and compared to here. And when you go there, they have the way they do things as well. But in terms of like public officers and my relationship with public officers here and public officers there, or just like anybody in any position of power there and here, completely different. Like I've never been in a situation where someone tried to like use their position and like do anything.
If you don't submit this thing now,
nothing. Yeah, they never try to intimidate me in any type of way. In this Nigeria though, my God, I don't even know what to say. Like the littlest thing. Okay, speaking of which, yesterday I had to call like somebody for my brother. My brother is taking like a language exam and then something happened. There was a mix up, so he can't take the exam anymore. So I had to call the organization to like see if there's something they can do. And then as soon as I got on the phone with this lady, she just started screaming at me that, well, madam, you people are even lucky. Oh, this and I was like, girl, I'm only trying to ask questions. Like, what's this attitude about? She doesn't know me from anywhere.
Don't call her girl, or you hear.
I didn't call her girl, but I was like, she was calling me madam, so I was calling her madam.
You say mommy or auntie or
I don't know her. I was like, madam, this attitude is completely uncalled for because you don't even know me. Like, you don't know me, you don't know anything about me. I don't know why you're speaking to me
like
this
I said,
way.
everywhere is just hard. So everyone's just transferring
It's
aggression.
nonsense. I went to go and renew my passport in 2019 and they were like, I had like gray braids.
In the picture.
That's how I went
to
do they were like, I can't take my picture like that because it will not show on the, I was like, what does that even mean? Like, is my face there? Yes. Can you see my features? Yes. What do you mean my hair will not show? As in, what if I was bald? Does my hair need to be there? They're like, I have to go and rent a wig.
Sorry, give me a minute.
They told me, they told me that I had to go and rent a wig. They even have people there that are renting wigs.
Are you serious?
You see how the whole system
Just
is
making
nonsense,
a mountain not of
right?
mountain.
Then I went to go and rent this nonsense wig from
Deadass
God
wig.
knows where. Like that day I was even so stressed for myself. Like, what if I get lice? I don't know.
Bruh.
But like the picture ended up looking so
Horrible.
like, I'm so sad and I'm stuck with that for the next 10 years. When I was going back to school,
2029.
when I was going back to school,
Oh, God.
the immigration
I'm
officer
sorry.
at Heathrow was like, girl,
Are you going through?
he looked at my
You're going through a
passport
lot.
and he looked at me, he was like, sis, he was laughing and I was like, fair enough. I mean,
Now me cause I'm
like, did I need to go through that? Was it necessary?
But Anniedora, I'm going to come to your own experience. I want you to give me like at this stage, I want you guys to give me your own Nigerian experience. But let me tell you mine. God is good. Let's start from there. So, not far from where we're located. It was Good Friday last year, 2022. I was going to Ibadan. But on Thursday, is it Good Thursday or do we call it Good Thursday now?
It's not Good
Just
Thursday.
Thursday. Okay, so it's Good Friday.
Or
that's
maybe
Good Friday.
Holy Thursday because it's Holy
Okay,
Week.
Holy Thursday. Let's just call it Thursday. So on the Thursday before Good Friday, I was leaving law school and I was heading to my house. My tire burst. So thankfully, I'm in the situation. The car stops, and all of a sudden, I'm trying to like change the tire, and then these last mile officials walk up to me. There are two of them, and they say, "Oh God, we're going to tow your vehicle." I'm like, hold on, my tire just burst. I have a spare tire. I have like my seat cushion, everything. I can change it. It won't take me 5 minutes. You don't have to tow me. They were like, oh, this is a very dangerous place. Is the highway? Is this? I'm like, thankfully, I'm on the side. Just 5 minutes. All you need to do is stay around me, divert traffic, and in 5 minutes, I change the tire and we're out of here. Like, no way. Before I know it, against my will, they bring their Homer Jeep, that condemned Homer Jeep that they used to tow me away, and then they tow the car away.
The fact they were not even trying to help.
They were not trying to help me. Now, I think at the point I was even nodding my head like, okay, that's good. Like the last mile guys are working. They're trying to ensure that there's no traffic and they're also trying to ensure my safety. So I was very happy. Like, oh, good. I started to like the new governor. It's probably working. No wahala.
LOL.
Next thing, I'm in their office. They lock the gates. I go get somebody to change my tires, the organizer. We change the tires and everything. And I'm like, okay, thank you very much. I've changed my tire. Can I go? And they're like, I can't go anywhere. I'm like, what? And they say to me, you have to pay for the towing services.
No, but did I ask you?
So I said, okay, I need to pay for it. He said, yes. I said, okay, how much is it? 5,000 B? He said, no, 55,000.
Also, why would you pay for government towing
I'm
services?
sorry that I'm laughing.
Yeah, the tax is
You know, sorry, because I was laughing too. I found it very funny. I found it very amusing. I'm like,
I started looking for the cameras.
I said, wait, like, when is a prank there? And I'm like, 55K. He said, yes. I said, but wait. Where you told me from to here is a 5 minutes walking distance. We could have pushed this car.
The worst part is they'll never print you an invoice. They'll just send you one account number.
Bro. So I start arguing with them. And then I think one of the things that work is that, like, if you get the names of the names on their uniforms or something, like, it makes them calm down a little bit. But this guy was not calm, he was upset. It's like, put your name out of my mouth. I'm like, officer this. He's like, don't mention my name. Don't do this. So I started calling like powers that be that I know in Lagos. I'm like, please, oh, I'm in this last mile office, so help me out here. Or I don't have 55,000 naira that I'm going to give. Cut long story short, Sha. They gave me a discount.
No way.
They gave me a discount of 5,000 naira. So I paid 50k. No, I paid my 50k and I bounced.
Oh my god.
I was so upset.
Oh my god.
The discount was. Oh my god. Like, unfortunately for me, I don't have this. I had this Messi Chinwo song playing in the car, and at a point I'll forget about the sorrows that just happened. I'll be singing and worshiping. Next, I'm like, shake it, something like that. I don't want to use the exact words.
No, not the discount.
I'll cuss again. I'll be upset, and I'll now find myself saying, "Jesus, you love me too much." Oh. And I'll go, anyway,
duality of being in Nigeria.
So I got home. I was so upset. I ate pounded yam. I went to sleep because I was very upset. Yes, no.
They're so upset you ate.
Yeah, I ate. I needed to.
Everybody's different.
And then I went to bed. Next morning, of course, I wasn't sure of why the tire bus. So I said I wasn't going to drive to Ibadan. So I took a bus. It's public holiday. I took a bus from some place in Lagos, some national place. And then I was on journey, and then we got to somewhere around here. And all of a sudden, the conductor pulls out a gun, puts it on my neck. I felt it. It was very cold. But hard guy. I'm like, Oga, calm down. We get together. Relax. Farabalẹ̀. Calm down, chief. Relax. So the guy's like, where's your phone? I put on my phone. No, I just changed my phone in January.
And this was April. Blood.
It was very painful. I just bought $20. I was like,
hey!
God, please.
Jesus! You're very sane.
What is this?
Jesus!
So I'm like, you got the phone you want? This guy said yes. So I gave him the phone. They stopped and then nudged me out of the bus. Literally pushed me down, bruised my knees and my hands. So I have scars here.
2023 and there's one
2022.
chance. 2022.
April.
One chance.
And then, so after that, I'm like, shit, my bag. And I think they heard me, so they stopped and then they tossed my bag.
Oh, how nice.
And I said,
oh my God.
Then my laptop and some stuff were in the bags. I'm like, great. Thank God you know about that. So thank you. My wallet. So like, thank you for that.
Oh my goodness.
Now, this is where it gets interesting. And that's why I'm coming to Anniedora. So I'm taking time with like my story, but it's just very important.
Crazy.
So after that, I just turned, like in less than 3 seconds, I just turned and I see a parked police vehicle. I'm like, great. God is wonderful. So I ran to them. I'm like, excuse me, I've just been robbed. That is the boss going. And I pointed at it. And then they said, oh, really? Wow. Okay. Do you have a piece of paper? I said, no. They said, do you have a biro? I said, no. I said, okay, you need to go and get us a piece of paper and a biro and then write a statement. Guy, I walked away. I found the nearest Okada. And I took Okada back to my house. Because they're not buying them at the time.
I would have been crying,
I was so confused.
throwing up, shaking, feverish. They would have had to rush me to hospital. Because I can't take that.
I'm like, bro, the boss is going. I should write a statement first.
This story is making me upset.
Wow.
It's making me upset.
But you know, like, regardless of that, I still love Nigeria. You know, I still find it very difficult to like,
okay.
I don't know. Maybe they're doing me for my village.
Perhaps.
You know, so Annie, tell us like your own, like one Nigerian experience that like just makes you wild. And
honestly, right now, yours just like, I have nothing in my head right now.
Like,
cause I'm still trying to.
That's a crazy experience.
That.
Like,
man,
I don't know how you're keeping on.
Yeah,
but we move.
Still laughing.
Move, you know,
Bruh.
we move, yeah. Okay. So, let's touch on something else.
Okay.
Right? Let's touch on something else. Let's talk about business opportunities here in Nigeria. Like your career, your businesses. You know, someone told me one time that in Nigeria, this is like one place where you can like sleep poor and wake up rich. Yeah. What do you think about it? Because like during the elections, this guy that was just saying LP when they were counting, and see now the guy has like almost 200k followers. He's an influencer now. He's chilling, he's balling, you know. Our wonderful superwoman who just broke the record, you know, she was on 10k followers. She's on 1 million now in like 4 days. And that comes with like its perks and, you know, so what do you guys think about that? So like, yeah.
It's not like
it's not a given. It's not set in stone.
It's not a set in stone type thing. Especially because, wait, what? It's not set in stone. It's like very few people.
Let me analyze this thing again. Like, come on, first.
It's like very few people that happens for. But yeah, on that is like, it depends on what exactly it is that brings you out. A lot, those, like the guy that was saying LP or whatever, it wasn't an intentional thing. And then even now, as he's an influencer, it's basically people just start following because it's like, oh, there's this, what would you call it? An excitement.
Yeah.
Or then paying attention to, there's that buzz that, this is happening for this person. And now all the other people equally daydreaming through this person's life is making it look like, yes, this is the norm, but it's not really a norm. And it's also a thing that I think happens in a lot of other places.
Absolutely.
You see people that they get famous off of, maybe they went viral for a very silly thing.
Yeah.
And then they start making money off of that virality. So I wouldn't really say you have to still put in your blood, sweat and tears, even times 2 here to make something of yourself that will stand the test of time.
Yeah.
You talk to me, you stay in like arts in Nigeria. So like, talk to me about how, like probably work, business, how like career journey like is over there and what is different here in Nigeria.
I'd say like at the core of things, it's pretty much the same because capitalism is the same everywhere.
Capitalism.
So the capitalism there is capitalisming. Capitalism here is also capitalisming, but we have all other things to add on top. There's also poverty in the UK. Let's not get that confused. But the difference here is like, the average there's no middle class here. There's a middle class in the UK. You can get a job and pay your bills. Although it's not perfect, nobody's saying like that's the dream. There's no paradise anywhere, but you can get a job and pay your bills and, live somewhat comfortable. There's nothing like that here.
You go 9 to 5.
Yeah,
in fact, your 9 to 5 is not 9 to 5 because you left your house at 6 a.m.
Absolutely. Your 9 to 5 is not 9 to 5.
You get to the house from 5 o'clock, get by 7 again.
And who's to say your pay is even worth it at the end of the day? Who's to say your pay is worth it? Your pay cannot even like rent you anywhere sensible because if you look at Lagos real estate, it's the most nonsense thing I've ever seen in the whole wide world. 1 bedroom with angular kitchen and toilets in the corner and you're seeing 3 million.
You guys
Let's be so for real. Like I just cannot. So it doesn't make sense here.
You guys are working.
It really doesn't make sense here. So and like virility or virality is not like a metric for success. So you can't say that because someone can go viral and their life will change. That means things are working. Like how, like that doesn't even make sense. What is happening for the average person here? That's how you know whether your society is thriving or not.
Great. I like what you said. So like, I want you guys to tell me, let's go back to like yourselves as individuals. Tell me like some things that you're doing now that are thriving and maybe like some of us can like take some hope from it, because the truth is not all of us will leave tomorrow, right? Not all of us will leave next week. Some of us are still going to be like stuck in Nigeria for like next 2, 5, 15 years thereabouts. For some people, it's inevitable, right? So
some people are never leaving,
and some people are coming back. So like let's get like some insights to some things that you're doing that are working for you and how you're doing it, how you're surviving in Nigeria, because some of this Lagos is not for the weak.
Yeah,
definitely not. So share some light.
Currently I work remote, and this is a hybrid job. This is the only hybrid job I have. The other ones are mostly remote. We meet up maybe once in a week or never in a week.
Interesting. So you have control of your time.
Yes, I have more control of my time.
I wish.
Than the average Joe who has to work 9 to 5. Good luck to you. So that's like it's a benefit for me because I get to put my attention on other things like my podcast. At some point I will want to start a business again. I had one in school, but after school I had to like put that on hold. Equally, finding balance though has been tough for me because they're all just new jobs as well. So finding balance, to make our time for this one and that one, prioritizing and everything that I'm doing because of my experience they use like your experience to like, they use your experience to kind of vouch or decide how much they're going to pay.
Yeah.
So in as much as, yes, I do have a lot of control over my time, the expectations with the pay, it doesn't really make sense. It doesn't.
Fair enough. Okay, talk to us.
I can't give anybody advice about anything.
Aspire to perspire.
I can't, and I can't really say what is working for me, because what is working for me is I have a family that supports me. That's what is working for me. And
great. I want to cut you a little bit, right? Don't you think that that's one of the highlights and high points about being Nigerian? Like, everybody's family, like, there's this togetherness. There's one auntie that wouldn't mind her business and she spoke nosing. How about you go and get married tomorrow?
I don't know. I mean, it's I don't know, because I can only speak for my own family and what my family does. And I know that there are other people whose family is not as supportive as mine, and they're just there to gossip and do not really add anything to your life. So I can't really say that it's an advantage. It depends on the family that you come from. Also, there are many other cultures where family is just as valuable and just as important, and they do the whole community living thing. But yeah, the only thing that is working for me is that I have a family that supports me. I live at home with my parents. I don't have to think about paying any bills. Yeah. So any money I make from my business absolutely belongs to me. I don't have to put this anywhere. I don't have to give anybody anything. That is literally what is working for me. If I did not have my parents and if I did not live in their house, I'm gonna be struggling with everybody else. And I studied law. I'm not practicing because I can sit at home because I can.
Big flex.
Yeah, like many people do not have that privilege. Exactly. Yes. If I didn't have them, I'd be in a 9-to-5, hustling your way, like everybody else.
Okay, so I like to call this segment like, people say dream big, but me, I like to call it imagination won't kill me.
Scream.
Okay. So, like now somebody told me like, I want to get you on a remote job and I'll be paying you £1,500 every hour. Yeah, and imagination really won't kill me. So I've still been imagining, like every 2 minutes I just pick my calculator and I'm pressing.
No, for real.
1,500 times 920 times 10 hours a day. Or why can't I work 20 hours a day? I go work, die. Okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I like to call this part of the show, my imagination won't kill me. Okay. So it's the part where you tell me about your dreams, your aspirations, and how you think you can live them in Nigeria, and how you think you live them better if you went abroad. You guys understand?
Yeah.
Should I say it again?
No, I think I get it.
Yeah, no, smart.
Let us start.
I want her to start. Why are you not starting? Rock, paper, scissors. Whoever wins on 3, best of 3. Are you ready?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Or
yes,
rock,
paper, scissors, shoot.
Okay.
Do you get? So rock, paper, scissors. Then you have to like make a move. Okay. So on my count, are you ready? Rock, paper, scissors. Sorry, I meant to like.
Sir.
You know why? Imagination will kill me. I'm still thinking about that money. Seriously. Let's do this again. Are you ready? So 1, 2, ready, go. Rock, paper, scissors. Okay, 1. 1, 2, ready, go. Rock, paper, scissors.
Okay.
1.
Last one.
Are you ready? Are you ready? You want to send like a message to her, tell like you finish her or something?
No, it's friendly.
You're friendly. Anniedora doesn't look like a friendly person.
She looks friendly.
Bucket hat. Are you ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, ready, go.
I win.
Okay, great. You win, sis.
Yeah.
Okay. What was the question again?
Imagination.
Here we go. Yeah, like your dreams, your aspirations, how you think you can live them here in Niger, and if you were abroad, like how you live them, how you achieve those dreams, like you get.
Like I said, I do have a podcast, so podcasting, and I do want to venture into being a content creator at some point. I think it would be better there because of accessibility and because for a lot of, it's a thing where it's also recognized as like.
I'm sorry, I just had one thought. Like when you're shooting and the NEPA just takes lights.
Yeah,
it's better.
Yeah. At least there's lights, and also because it's a thing where people are becoming aware of it and are equally making room for it. There's like, it's easy for you to like set out your rate cards, have collaborations.
Someone sent me one rate card the other day and it started from like 400k and I'm like, guy, calm down. It's not to put like this and this and just shout bye. Yeah, like it's not really appreciated here.
It's not appreciated here. That's another thing. I feel like it'd be better there or in a place, not even there being anywhere, maybe in a society that at least recognizes that and understands the value of being a content creator and equally how brands can value from you creating content for them with your audience or with your followers, whatever.
Fair enough. Okay. Yeah. How about you?
Speaking of lights, I just wanted to say that we didn't have light for like 2 weeks because something happened somewhere and they're fixing it. 14 days, no lights.
Or the rain.
Just 14.
14 days, even before the rain. This was before the rain.
Just 14 days.
Well,
I want to ask you guys a quick question. I've thought about this thing all my life. And I really want to understand. All my life. Because now I discovered that one of the things I believed for 16 years of my life is
not true.
fake news. So, I mean, now I want to be sure that this was not also fake news too. I've discovered that, or I thought that Nigeria was like moving on hydroelectricity, right? Like through the dam, Kanji and the rest of them. That's how we generate lights through water. But why is it that when it rains, they must take lights?
I don't know who you are.
Just to remind you
that what?
That you're here. You're in Nigeria.
Genuinely cannot.
I think that's because
I'm screaming.
there can't be lights.
We need to pay our bills. We're out of time, but okay, you were going to
my dreams.
Answer your dreams, aspirations, and whatnot.
Yeah, so my dream is to. I studied law for a reason. It's not just for vibes, but I don't want to like practice traditional law. I'm more interested in like law tech, not tech law, but like legal tech, tech within the legal industry. And I don't know how to do that here. So that's one. Then another thing, my actual real life dream is to like not be working to live, but be working because I feel like working. And, I would like to like live on a farm and be like self-sufficient, grow my own food and live with all my family, my siblings, my parents, in-laws, everybody. And I feel like that would be more, achievable. Not achievable. I feel like I would enjoy it more here because this is home and I like being around people that I know and I'm familiar with. But the problem is it's getting there will be like the most arduous thing in the whole wide world. And I don't know.
Imagine.
Yeah. But then compared to there, in terms of like living on a farm or whatever, I feel like I can make enough money, but then I would never really feel at home there. And I cannot bring all of my family to live in one place there. So that's the problem. So there's no way, basically. But in terms of law tech, flying over there.
Okay. So I want to ask one last question. And in this last question, I want you to answer it from the viewpoint of whether a young Nigerian, a Gen Z, can succeed in this country. So basically, we've spoken a lot. We've spoken about like the struggles, the hardships, the good, the bad,
the
ugly. My experience was the ugly
one,
very ugly. But like we've seen like a little bit from education, politics, business, sort of family, things like that. So I just wanted to answer this question with that viewpoint in mind. Like, can a young Nigerian here succeed? Like, whether you, if you stay here, can you succeed? Can you find the breaking points where like you begin to succeed and thrive? So here's the question. If you were, should I use this word? If you were president of Nigeria, what things would you change for young people to be able to succeed in Nigeria? As many as you can, just list in like 30, 40 seconds.
I think I would take pensions very seriously.
Pensions are for old people.
Yeah, so that they can understand they don't need to work anymore. Because you first have to let go of all of them so there can be space for the new people that
never thought of it that way.
So that would be one thing. Would be pay the elderly and probably even create elderly homes for them to like just stay. And
like just get out there.
Just be there. Especially because you go on the road, you see there's a lot of them on the road. And then there's the ones that are even, because they maybe something happened along the line and they're not enjoying their money, their retirement funds or whatever, they have now become burdens for the young people in their lives that are trying to, maybe get themselves out of where they are. Yeah. So my thing is like, if you can sort out those people, at least it will create room in like some of these, even like civil service environments, it will create room for us to hire young people. Then at least that will solve employment issues to a minimum. Then equally, maybe, what else would I do? I would equally take education very seriously as well. So that people understand that it is important for you to know what you need to have, like a very good knowledge of whatever it is or whatever career path you want to do, so that you know how you can put that into other things. I majored in publicity and management, and because of that is why I can equally do social media, I can do marketing, I can do publicity. If I didn't do that and I wasn't serious with school to understand, these are other places that yes, my lecturers did not mention, but I can equally put my expertise into. So all of that, I think they both work hand in hand, is get the old people off, let them go somewhere and just chill, let them be looked after, yes. And then sound education and opportunities, and equally teach the young people how they can create opportunities for themselves as well. Then maybe, on the case of like safety, I don't know how we're going to do that, but maybe starting with, orientation for the police officers and for like this, your last month issue.
My last month people.
I think reorienting the people and then vetting them. Some of them are, apparently I heard you have to have like a criminal record to like get into the police or something. I don't know, it was around that NSAS thing. So like this could be fake.
Maybe that department.
Yeah,
like,
so this could be like, fake. Don't take me seriously.
Please,
you carry that out.
That's crazy.
Not on you.
It's what's there. I was just
I was doing the NSAS time. People were angry. So
perhaps.
So that
just pass a rest in peace
I
to
think
people
like
who lost their lives and family members during that time.
I would equally say that there should be free therapy. I don't know how we're going to sort that out, because what is actually causing a lot of the issue is passive aggression. All these things that happen to you is passive aggression. Someone pissed you off. You're now feeling like a random person owes you 50K for tire that burst. They did not even ask you,
do I have it?
How do we help you with your tires? So I would equally, at least that should be put in like hospitals. I heard we have a very minimum number of, people that actually give therapists.
I kind of love how you think. Maybe like if we have another episode like this, we have another episode like this, we'll probably like invite you. You invite.
I will be here.
Exactly.
You'll be. It's true.
You invite yourself, something like that. Okay. Same question for you.
Yeah, if I was president, I'll change everything, but mostly minimum wage has to be a livable wage.
Yes.
Why is it minimum wage when you can't do anything for someone? What's even the point?
What's minimum wage?
30K. It's still 30.
Yeah. As in, what can 30K do for somebody?
You can't even buy groceries for like a month. 2 weeks.
So yeah, minimum wage should be something reasonable, first of all. I'd say they should plan cities better, because the major issue with Lagos is that it's nonsense. It's not planned in a way that makes any sense at all.
Or maybe there's a plan and it's just congested.
Maybe this is the plan.
Open up other cities.
No. Maybe this is the plan. Maybe this is the plan for it to be nonsense, so that they can be catching people like you on the road and extorting them. Maybe that's the plan. I don't know. But the plan is not working. And yes, links to other cities. Yeah. If there was reliable links, lots of Lagos would be so much more free and decongested. Another thing is, yes, education, not just with schools, more so alternative forms of education, alternative paths to success. Education is important, formal education of schooling is important, but there are also other ways. You don't have to go to university to succeed and to be educated. And also, in terms of traditional education, I think that Nigerians, succeed despite the system. Yeah. The education that is giving out, that people receive in universities is quite subpar when you think about in comparison with elsewhere in the world. So they need to set Nigerians up more to be able to compete globally, because everything that Nigerians are able to do globally is despite the system.
that's right.
They've gone beyond after graduating uni or whatever. They've done the extra work to get there.
For both of you, I want to sing one particular song because I'm sure this guy wrote it for you guys. Are you ready to hear it?
What song?
Are you sure? Tell me you're ready. Do you want to hear it?
Ready.
Overwise.
I'm screaming.
Every other day. Man, I swear, like, so much just passing through this place, but like, we're out of time.
Period. You said it, sis.
Women.
That's it.
Where are they renting that wig again so I can wear it next time? Well, I've had so much fun, like, listening to you guys. And the truth is, whether you want to fight for Nigeria or you want to take a flight out, the thing is about knowing who you are, knowing what you stand for, knowing what you have to give to the world. Because if you don't have anything to give, whether you're here or you're abroad, you're going to be as useless as useless itself. Yeah. And I've loved hearing you guys speak, and I'm looking forward to a Gen Z actually being like president someday when he goes to House of Assembly and saying, this your bid is not giving.
It's not giving.
Nigeria is not Nigerian.
At all.
All this kind of nonsense. But like, I've had so much fun, and I've learned a couple stuff from you, Anniedora, and you, okay. And I'm so glad to have done this with you. So yes, guys, keep listening to the 21st year and watch out for many more exciting episodes, because this is your one-stop spot for everything that makes sense. We love you. And Dora, do you want to say anything to the viewers, listeners?
Vote me for president.
Wow, when do you want to contest?
I'm not sure yet, but like, just in case. Remember this face. Just in case.
Great. How about you?
Follow me on
Instagram.
You
should tell us your crochet.
At Oke, that's spelled AWKE. And then also subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's called Name a Better Trio. It's me and my sisters. Just
fantastic.
Wholesome content.
So do follow me on the Lemonade Society Pod on Instagram and Anniedora. That's ANNIEDORA on Instagram.
Hi guys, my name is Toroti Taylor. I'm a politician, a lawyer, an author, and I'm privileged to host this episode of 21st year. All right, so like I was saying, it's a women's world, so whatever they say, whatever they want is what happens. But yeah, wherever you are, give it your best. Don't look down on yourself. Think big. I'm trying to give all the aspire to perspire.
We've heard.
The most important one, right? The big you're expecting is in little you're expecting. Wherever you are in the world, Nigeria, abroad, there's something around you. Find it, use it. We love you guys. See you till next time.